And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourself for selling me here because I was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by great deliverance. So I've been reading Genesis recently with the goal of finishing entire Bible in one year. So as I've been reading, I've been reminded of how many fascinating stories Genesis contains. What has especially stood out to me is how personally God is involved in each one of us' life, weaving every story together into His greater plan and purpose for His kingdom. So, as you know, I'm going to talk about Joseph, the story of Joseph, and in prison, yet God has given him a dream that one day He would raise him up as a prime minister of Egypt. Throughout every trial, Joseph remained faithful to God and served others with integrity. In God's perfect timing, the slave boy became prime minister of Egypt. So today, however, I don't want to focus on his successful life, but the journey of himself. And Joseph is actually, was Jacob's favorite son. And there were 12 sons, like they have a soccer team in our family. So Jacob came from covenant line of faith, our ancestor of Israel, Abraham and Isaac, and then Jacob, and then Joseph. So through this family line, God would eventually bring Jesus Christ into this world. So Joseph's father, Jacob, had 4 wives. Can you imagine? He had 4 wives. In the culture of that time, polygamy was practiced and socially accepted. So through these 4 women, he had 12 sons. And Joseph was the son of Rachel, the wife Jacob loved the most. And this is where the problem begins. So Jacob openly favored Joseph over his other sons. It was obvious to everyone that Jacob made Joseph a beautiful, very expensive ornament robe as a special gift. So obviously his brother can see it. And Joseph's brother, of course, became jealous, very jealous of him. And the jealous gradually turned into hatred. So favoritism often creates deep wounds in our family, in our society. It damages trust and also cause division and breaks relationships. Sadly, we can see the painful consequences of favoritism in Joseph's life. So, and also there is another problem. Joseph was, I think, about 17 years old. He lacked wisdom and maturity. So the Bible tells us that when his brother did something wrong, Joseph brought a bad report to his father as a result. And Jacob probably, rebuked them, which only made